folks, there's been a debate going on about the DX electronic ignition coils used for speeders, today we're going to be swapping two coils around. This is my dad's main central M1160. We're also swapping the coil on my Bangor and Arustic 62. We're going to do a little test shoot here before and after to show you what the difference in performance, if any, is. Both these cars are good runners. They're both Fairmont M19s. They've both been rewired extensively with 12-volt negative ground modern electrical systems. Neither has an alternator. They are both run exclusively off of storage batteries. So we're probably not going to show you too much of the process because it's mainly just pulling out a couple of wires and plugging another couple in. The DX installation is really not that big a deal. But we are going to fire this up, show you that it does run beforehand, and then fire it up after we've installed the coil and see if there's any difference. All right, here we go. So as you can see, 1160 fires right up with a minimal amount of fuss and a minimal amount of flips. Nothing wrong with this car. So we'll see how the DX coil affects that. Okay folks, the DX coil is in. We're going to try a test fire, make sure everything works, and then we'll make the wiring look pretty. So here we go, first test fire. No differences between this and the last firing except for the coil. Well, as you can see, fired right up. Now, last time we cranked this, it took 3 or 4 flips before it started. This time it took only 1 or 2. That's probably due to the fact that we had gas flowing through the system earlier and whatnot, so I'm not going to attribute that entirely to the coil. But as you notice, the engine accelerated, even though it was cold, a lot faster than we experienced earlier. That is probably due to the rapid firing of the DX coil. So we're going to do another one of these, and we'll see if we see similar or the same results. Well, folks, this is Bangor and Arustic 62. Now, some of you have seen me post about this particular car before. This is the first car in the Kelly family fleet, and it was the first one, technically, to operate. I've owned this car for a long time, and it's a kind of a reminder as to how good and bad things have been, the number of things that I've been through since I bought this car. Dad and I got this running Father's Day, was its first run, Father's Day 2014, June 15th, so it's been just over 2 years. And it's seen very few changes, very little maintenance. It's lost the air horn that was on the roof and it's been replaced with one mounted inside the engine tunnel. Other than that, it's seen very few modifications, few things here and there. Yeah, so we're going to fire it up for the first time for the season. It has not been fired up all year. Matter of fact, it was only fired, I think, twice last year in 2015. So this should be fun. This one runs different than yours. 3/4.
So you gotta wind it out. You gotta take it out against your head. So don't do that like that. Forward.
I'm hearing something. Just clicking. It's not buzzing. It's just clicking. Hey. Tell the master. Flip the cover.
Was buzzing.
It was buzzing.
Feels it all right.
Well, it lit up the lights there, so it's got to be fairly okay. Hit the master again, make sure the lights work. Yep. Well, hit the ignition switch. There she goes. That's better.
What do you want? You're low.
Come on, baby, stick. Come on. Okay, so a few oxidized buzz coil points, and it fired right up. Not a huge deal. Now we'll swap the coil, see if that makes any difference. Well, folks, the new coil is in. Here's the first test fire, and this is an honest-to-God first test fire. So we'll find out what happens.
You want to take around and see if the test fire works? Well, folks, there we are. Test fire. It fired literally almost instantaneously. And as good as this engine revved up before, it's now revving up even faster. This is the car that I'm the most familiar with because this is the one that I've run the most. And I've never had a problem with how it performed, but that revved up a lot faster than I'm used to. And it did it from cold. So something is definitely, in my opinion, going on here, and something is definitely different about how these ignition systems work. And I'm impressed. I can't say is that I have any evidence on the rail yet to support that, but my father here has one of these DX coils on an M14 and reported that it was a huge difference, right?
Yes, just like a rocket ship compared to the old buzz coil.
So there is something to this, that these ignition coils work better. Now again, all of these cars have been completely rewired, and this one was a framed up restoration by the two of us, and well, a little help from friends. So these are completely restored cars. These are not junkers that just came off the line, you know, that we're just finding some problem and throwing a new coil in and, oh, look, it's better. These cars have been run hard, and they've been worked hard, and they've worked fine. Now they're working even better. Does that say anything about the DX Ignition product?
I don't know, but it certainly doesn't hurt. There you go, folks. Feel free to make up your own mind. You can debate in the video comments below, or not. Thanks for watching.